Am I the asshole for asking my friend to take down her bachelorette party photos? To start this off, I am a Muslim woman who wears the hijab. I cover my hair and most of my body. I do not judge those who don't do the same, nor do I try to impose my beliefs onto others. Everyone will have their own personal journeys, and just as I know I'm not perfect, I can't judge others for it either. I, 23F, recently went to a friend's bachelorette party. Women only, no drinks, just girls being girls and celebrating a friend's soon-to-be marriage. My F24F has been a friend of mine since kindergarten, and I'm more than happy to be a part of such a big part of her life. She isn't religious, but she accepts my views and is even going to let me wear a more modest style abaya as her maid of honor. This is to say, Maya understands the hijab and what it means to me, or so I thought. At the party, I took it off as it was just women. We were going to sleep over anyways, so I don't think anyone was expecting me to sleep in the thing. I always find it funny how they react when they get to see my hair, like I'm secretly Rapunzel or something. We watched a movie, took photos and videos, and generally had a good time. I had no problems with the photos being taken, since my friends are usually respectful and don't post them anywhere. It just stays in our group chat. We went to sleep and the next day everything was normal. We cleaned up and I drove home, finally checking my phone. I opened Instagram to the tagged icon and checked it to see myself and the girls on Maya's public account. I quickly messaged Maya asking her to take it down before anyone else saw, as I couldn't control whether or not some guy was going to see her post, and she refused, saying that there were no other good photos of her. I asked her to simply crop me out or even draw over my hair and neck, but she said that it would look wrong and that I'm overreacting. I insisted I wasn't and that she knew that I couldn't show my hair to just anyone. Instead of responding to me, she took it to the group chat as some sort of counsel. Half of them agreed that she shouldn't have posted a photo of me without my hijab, and a couple others told me I was overreacting and no one cared besides me. I should note that one of the most vocal of them who disagreed generally doesn't like me, so she would have disagreed regardless of what I said. Most of us are urging her to take down the post, and now she's claiming we're putting her under a lot of stress with the wedding only a week away, but I don't see what that has to do with this. Am I really being unreasonable for wanting to be respected? Idea. Edit. There were about 40 photos and I was only in 6 of them. People are under the impression that I was in every photo taken. I wasn't, yet I was in almost half of which were posted. All of the ones posted were candidates. Relevant comments. Commenter, ESH. OP. Why did you think when she was taking pictures that these wouldn't be posted online? And put on your hijab for the pictures? Or at least ask if she was expecting to post these online. Given how many people post pictures they take online these days, it's a reasonable assumption to make your friend want to share those pictures. It's your choice to wear the hijab, and as such you should be more proactive about this. Also, why is someone seeing a picture of you without a hijab at a party where only women were present? It's not like there were men at the party. Just trying to grasp this, since at the party itself not wearing hijab is allowed. On the other hand, yes, she should at least Photoshop the pictures so your hair can't be seen now after the fact, since there was a lack of communication. OP. Women who I trust can see me without the hijab, but only few men can. Father, brother, future husband. I trusted those girls to see me, not anyone who could stumble upon her page. I also wasn't in every photo, and most of what was posted were candidates. This isn't the first time I've taken photos at an event, just the first time this has happened. Commenter. How can you be sure that men not from your family haven't seen those previous pics of you with uncovered heads? Could be accidental or on purpose, but anyone could have seen them since they are on other people's phones. Doesn't seem smart to me if it's that important to you. OP. Because I trust my friends not to go showing photos of me around, because that's a boundary I've made clear. Do you not know how to set boundaries? Commenter. Downvoted YTA. You knew she was taking photos. You knew that she had social media. And yet you still attended the party. You chose to remove your symbol of oppression. Stop trying to force your Islamist views on non-Muslims. Oh, okay, me not wanting to show my hair to people I don't know is forcing my views. What happened to my body, my choice? Or does that only apply to white women? Commenter, that guy is an asshole. Don't let him bait you into being angry. Oh, OP, I just like arguing back. It's funny to rile them up sometimes. They act as if some random dude on the internet will make me turn away from my beliefs, lol. Commenter, what happens now that guys see your hair in the pictures? Oh, OP, I spontaneously combust into a cloud of sparkles. Commenter, all jokes aside, I am so sorry that someone you consider a close friend posted pictures of you uncovered and won't take them down. You are NTA in this case. I am curious, if you don't mind answering, what being seen with your hair shown means. Is it similar to someone seeing you nude? Or are there any repercussions religiously? Oh, OP, I'd say it's similar but on a lesser scale. More close to someone being able to see your cleavage, since breasts aren't inherently sexual but everyone covers them up to different degrees. It is haram, a sin, to willingly show a man my hair once I become a full-blown hijabi, unless he is a male family member or husband. Of course, every sin has different weights, and it's more so a personal thing between me and God rather than anyone else. Update. I wanted to give it a couple days before I updated to let the situation cool down or hopefully resolve itself. In short, the post got taken down, the wedding is still happening, and I'm still friends with her. I got a bunch of DMs from her fiancé the other day, apologizing, saying that he'd recognized me in the photos of me without my hijab and he'd informed me that he told her to take them down. He's Christian, but from what I understand, his mother veils and he understands the rules around hijab a good bit. He felt bad and I had to reassure him that it wasn't his fault and thanked him for talking to Maya for me. He asked if this whole situation would affect our friendship, and I told him I wasn't sure in what way. A bit after, Maya finally messaged me one-to-one for the first time after the whole fiasco. She apologized and explained she didn't think it was a big deal since her other Muslim friend doesn't wear the hijab and she thought I was simply being dramatic. I told her that everyone is different and what someone else chooses to do with their body and faith doesn't mean someone else will do the same. My older sister doesn't wear the hijab, Maya's seen her. It's a personal choice and no two people are going to have the same relationship with it. I asked her why asking her to take it down wasn't enough on its own, since she'd done similar things for others in the past, think bra strap showing, unflattering angle, exposed scars, without hesitation. She said she wasn't thinking straight and felt like it didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It was only when her fiancé brought it up to her that she took it down. She put the other 4 photos up, the ones without me in them, and she realized that she was being stubborn for no reason. She asked me if there was anything she could do to make up for it and I asked her to just keep it in the past. I'd like to clear up the notion that this is the first bachelorette party or even wedding our friend group has had, since that's far from it. In addition, we've had conversations regarding special occasions many times, so even if it was the first time, this shouldn't have happened. This wedding will be the 3rd and come by September, mine will be the 4th. Also, we've been friends for almost 2 decades, so cutting her off over this would be so out of proportion. I did not report the photos, and I did not abandon my faith like some of you suggested. This may not be the update some were wanting, but at least things are better now and the wedding is soon and going as planned. Relevant comments. Commenter, is the fiancé by any chance Orthodox? The attitude toward veiling is very strong in Orthodox/Eastern Christianity and it wouldn't surprise me that his family was respectful toward the hijab. OOP, I'm not sure if he's Orthodox or not, but he's Russian, so maybe. I'm not close with him. This is the first one-to-one convo I've had with him. Commenter, dude. I am a hijabi who is MOH for one of my best friends who is non-Muslim. I also went on a bachelorette trip and there were tons of candidates with me not wearing a hijab. I sent her your original post and she was livid on your behalf. I can't even imagine what I would do if she did what your friend did. It was so insanely inappropriate of her to post those photos and downright despicable to not immediately take them down when you asked. You're more forgiving than me, SMH. Oh, OP, one instance like this doesn't erase the years of friendship we've had. I am going to be cautious with her for a while since the way she's acting isn't really like her. Commenter, I'm so sorry that you got comments even suggesting you abandon your faith. Oh, OP. It's kind of funny BC half of the Gita answers were just Gita for upholding a misogynistic gay-hating terrible religion, and not any genuine criticisms of what I did or said LMAO. Commenter, you're kinder than I. I would remain friends with the fiancé and not her. At the very least I could never go without my hijab around her again, she would have lost that trust forever. Oh OP. I'm probably not going to be taking it off around her or the friends who were backing her up for a while. I'm not really friends with her fiancé to begin with, and I feel like it'd cause unnecessary drama. Moving to the next story. Refusing to let my ex's daughter move in with us causes tension. My ex and I are divorcing. My daughter, 17, and I are in the process of moving our stuff into our new place. I got one of those moving pods that's out in front of the old house. My stepdaughter, 15, started moving her stuff out to it. I told her to stop. At first I thought she was confused and thought it was for her and her mom's stuff. The plan is for them to move back to my ex's home state. My stepdaughter wasn't confused about that though. She thought for some reason that she could move with me and my daughter to our new house in town. So we got into a whole discussion about it. My ex was involved. Turns out her daughter is very upset about having to move because she doesn't want to leave her friends, her school, and go to a place that is so backwards. After talking, my ex said she understood where she was coming from and asked me to let her live with us at least during the school year. First off, I think it would be weird for her to live with us since her mom and I aren't married anymore. It makes more sense for her to go live where both her parents are. Logistically, it also presents an issue because our new place is smaller than this one, so she would have to share a bedroom with my daughter. I know my daughter would hate that, so it doesn't seem fair to force that on her. Edit. Because people keep asking why we got married about 6 years ago. My ex did also say she would pay for her expenses. Please stop suggesting I get a bigger place. I just bought our new place. I am not selling it and getting a different place. Comments. Shammy_Dammy, NTA. Where did she get the idea that somehow she was moving in with you? Oh OP, it's more that she thought it was an option. Her mom told her they were moving back to her home state. Gamer_Green Eyes, NTA. It's normal for a child that age to be upset about moving away. Not your fault, her mom should have talked it out with her. Oh OP, she did. Commenter, NTA. But she's known you since before she was 9, assuming you didn't get married within the year of meeting her mom, so it's normal she feels close enough to you where she thinks that's an option. You should talk to your daughter to see if she would be comfortable with the situation. Maybe your daughter feels sisterly enough where she would prefer to share a bedroom than to be away from her stepsister. And if your daughter is okay with sharing a room, then talk to your ex to get the child support, because that is not legally your child. Oh no, my daughter definitely does not want to share her room. She never grew that close to her stepsister. Commenter, info/ESH. To be in a child's life from 9 to 15, it sounds like she probably views you as her father. She didn't even question that she could continue living with you. Has she been in contact with her bio father if he's out of state? If not, it kinda pivots to YTA. The more I read, the more I kept reading that this girl is unwanted by all her parental figures. Bio dad is a pushover who lives states away. Mom says it's okay to stay while she moves states away. Stepfather of most of the child's memorable life says no. That poor girl. I think it's strange after 6 years of being her stepfather you haven't connected to her at all. OOP, her father does keep in contact and visits. OOP responds to multiple questions on if his daughter gets along with his soon-to-be ex-stepdaughter. OOP, they got along okay most of the time, but my daughter never grew attached. OOP was asked if he is willing to get a new place and let his stepdaughter stay. OOP, I'm not willing to sell my new place and get a new one. It would be a waste of the real estate commission. OOP on why his ex-wife is moving back to her home state and if the father is over there. OOP, housing prices are too much for her. All their family is back in the state they're moving back to. Her father does keep in contact and visits. Her father is back in her mom's home state. Update. So I talked to my ex privately and she said she understood. So we ended up getting together and having a talk with her daughter to make sure things were very clear. She was still very upset and ended up locking herself in her room. We thought we would give her some space. Later on though there was some fighting between her and my daughter. Which was unusual because they haven't really fought before. In the end I decided it would just be easier if we moved out sooner than expected. We might have to shuffle things around while we paint and we don't have all our stuff here yet. Despite that I think it's for the best. Overall it is a less difficult and awkward living situation. In a week or so we should be settled. Comments. Amazing_reality 2980. Sounds like you handled it as well as you could, and though the current living situation is less convenient, it sounds like it's better for everyone involved. Having to move and change schools while in high school is difficult, but your stepdaughter will adjust to her new home and make new friends.